Have you ever seen a pepperoni pizza Kransky? Me neither, so let's give it a go. We're doing this one 50-50 pork and beef today, so we've got a nice grain-fed chuck here. Look at the marbling in that, absolutely beautiful. So getting that diced up, chucking it in the bucket, and then we got a pork leg as well. So I got a little bit of sinew in the pork leg, but it's easy done. We'll remove that. So I probably got about 4.5 kilos of pepperoni going into this, I reckon. I cut all the pepperoni myself. I tried to do it on our slicer. It's a pepperoni we make in house as well. And yeah, the slicer didn't want to take it, so I ended up having to dice it, which was a complete pain in my ass, to be honest. So, cheeses. Like, I was looking for what cheese, and I was heading through the IGA because I thought, the bid food stuff and the PFD stuff wasn't what I was looking for. And I found the 3-cheese pizza blend, and I'm like, that is one of my go-to favorites. So we're doing pepperoni made in-house, 3-cheese pizza blend, and a couple bits of pizza base mixed with, our Kransky meal. So nice and easy. I can't wait. I just rocked up today, so I've just pulled up the back, doing the audio for this video now, and they should be just coming out the oven. It's 1:30 p.m, so pretty keen. We're going once through the mincer on the medium plate, which is a 5mm plate, 5mm diameter. Just trying to gauge what we're doing here. You sort of, I like to keep my eye on what's coming out and just feel it and make sure there's no bits of gristle that escape or no bits of bone that like you've missed the first time round. You just want to check everything and make sure everything's nice and clean. So looking at that, it's looking really good. Head over to our little bench. I can't wait. We're just about to destroy this back room. This back room is like a wash-up room, a sausage room. It's got a smoker in the corner, and then like a bandsaw in there, and it's just too small. So we're moving the kitchens, we're moving the sink out into the kitchen, and the kitchen will turn into the wash-up area, and moving all the other stuff down the back into our ham room, and that'll be a wet room, and this will turn into a proper workroom, which will be awesome. And then we have a better space for everything. So we put our meal in first, which was just typical Kransky flavors, so that Russian flavor profile. So it's a lot of white pepper, a lot of salt, bit of black pepper. I mean, you can Google the spices, you'll come up with something pretty easy. The pizza sauce, that was just the one that looked the fanciest down the IGA. Tasted good, has a bit of onion, a bit of garlic in there, so just added a little bit extra to the meal. Like, I added a bit of garlic powder, a bit of onion powder to the meal. A little bit of tomato, the tomato powder shit as well. You got 6 bags of the 3-cheese blend. I'm pretty sure it's mozzarella, parmesan, and honestly, I can't remember the other one. And our pepperoni. We made this pepperoni 3 days ago. It's been sitting in the cool room, just hanging up, ready, and it's looking pretty good. And we got just 1 liter of water in here. I reckon 1 liter of water, because we added that pizza sauce already, and that was like 700 mils of the pizza sauce. With the meat was probably about 12 kilos, plus the cheese would be about 4, and the pepperoni. So we've got probably about a 20-kilo batch here. So I reckon just under 2 liters, considering half of the batch is basically not meat. I would think just under 2 liters would be enough to get the mixture right. So one thing in making sausages is, like, you think about that, what I just said. So you think beforehand. So you fill up your jug to what you think you might need with water, and then just add a little bit and mix it, add a little bit and mix it, add a little bit and mix it until the consistency is like, you can pick it up in your hand, make a ball, and the ball will sort of stick to your palm. That's pretty much what you're looking for. You don't want to look for anything too wet. You don't want to look for anything too dry. You need everything to be able to blend and smooth out. And for that, you need a little bit of liquid in there. It's not about gaining weight, unless you want to gain weight. I mean, if you want to gain weight, I know people that, they put glucose and soy products and whatever else in there, and then they add a fuckload of water, and it works, and they get a giant, they get a lot of sausage out of there, not so much meat. I don't want to do that. We don't do that. So natural skins, these are a hog intestine. See what I did there? I opened it up, took it off the tube, and put some water through it. And why am I doing that? Opening it up like this and running the water through it makes sure that nothing's stuck. So like it's, because you can see how it's sort of like overlapping in the lump of it. You want it so it free flows. You don't want it so it's going to be sticking and gripping or coming out too much at once on the sausage nozzle. Because you do that, and obviously you're going to have bits of sausage blow up in your face, or you're going to have some that's skinny or full of air, or, like you might get like a meter run off in a time. And then you've got like sausage and then skin and then sausage and a big freaking gap in the middle where there's, no meat in your skin. So, yeah, I want that. So I reckon you take the 30 seconds and do what I'm just doing now. And, it might save you. I mean, it saves you money at the end of the day, and that's what it's all about, Even if you're doing it at home, half the reason why you probably started was for fun and then also to save a buck. So do things properly. All right. Now, one thing I see a lot of butchers do is they don't do this. You gotta do this. So we had our first little batch there. That's a Frankfurt mixture we did. But the biggest thing, you make sure you do that before you tie the knot, so your nozzle is actually filled up with the product. If not, if you tie the knot and it's a fresh batch and nothing's been through the sausage filler already, it's just going to go bang and fill up with air. It's either going to blow the skin up or it's going to fill it up completely with air. And you're sort of stuffed then. Like, what's the point? Yeah, unless we're just tying bloody hot air balloons. Anyway, rolling this out. You can see how it's a little bit shotgunny because of the pepperoni pizzas. If the pepperoni pizzas are sort of like basically the same diameter as the nozzle, so they're sort of making it go pop, 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 instead of a fluid motion, which makes it a little bit airy to begin with, which we don't want that. So Kranskys, we're doing these a bit bigger of a size, in between a Kransky and a cabana size. And to tie them, super simple. We do one pinch, we skip to the next sausage, we pinch and we twist. Pinch, skip to the next sausage, pinch and twist. So pinch, skip to the next sausage, pinch and twist. Pinch with the flat of your thumbs, not your thumb nail, so you don't bust it. Why do we skip a sausage? We skip a sausage so when we hang it up, nothing comes undone. So if you do it like if you pinch and twist and then you pinch and twist and you pinch and twist, every second sausage is going to come undone. I see some people like pinch and they'll twist that one outwards and then pinch the next one and twist it inwards. When they're hanging up, man, they still come undone. Like, you just got to do every second one. Hang them up, space them out appropriately, let them dry overnight, and they're good to go. That's the other thing I see people do. They don't let the texture do its thing. Like, you gotta hang them up. You gotta let them air out. You gotta let them dry up a little bit before you smoke them. Otherwise, they just, they're gonna be wet. And when they go in the smoker, like, smoke don't stick to water. So you gotta realize that. Like, you gotta run a dry cycle in your smoker first as well, and then you run a smoke cycle, and then you finish the cook. You can add some steam in the cook there to reduce the shrinkage if you like. Personally, with all our sticks, I like them to be a little bit have a little bit, maybe a tiny bit of a shriveled appearance, so they've lost maybe 10% weight. I think that's sort of ideal. It just intensifies the flavour a little bit more, which, end of the day, for us, we're doing small batches, we want maximum flavour, so it's a cool fucking thing to do, This was a long skin. Anyway, finishing this off, nice and easy. I went nice and slow so you guys could really see what was going on and get a good idea about it. I can't actually wait to try these. I'm sitting out the back. I just saw Reese walk down here playing with his nipples, trying to grab some Wagyu by the look of it. It looks like he's walked out of the cooler with Wagyu Scotch and Wagyu tenderloin. So that'll be nice. Righto. What else to talk about? I mean, I might just stop and skip forward to when I'm hanging it, I reckon. There we go. I just did a little bit of editing and shortened up this video. I just realised it was over like 10 minutes. So hanging these up, nice and simple. You go 2 and then 4, 2 and 4. Well, you do the first one a lot of 2, and then you do 4s. That's sort of how you get this nice and even. Space them out as you go. Make sure you cut the end, and you can throw that back in for the next lot. Tie your knot, and make sure they're spaced out properly on the bar so they can get the airflow like that. Look at that. That is our pepperoni pizza Kransky. We'll see how this goes in 20 minutes. Have a great day, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.